How you doing, everybody? So this is not fitness related. There's only so many fitness videos a person can do. I'll definitely do some fitness videos in future videos and food videos in future videos. But I kind of want to go off topic here a little bit. I watched Namath last night. Awesome documentary about Joe Namath. If you get an opportunity to watch it, definitely I recommend watching it. I really found it to be really interesting and quite entertaining. They also talked in the documentary about Toots Shor, and it was a bar back in the day, and I watched the documentary on this guy about 2 months ago. It's like a 2-hour documentary. You can find the documentary on this guy. I'll put in the descriptions his name, and if I can find out exactly what the title of it was, I'll put in the descriptions. Another fantastic documentary. What this guy would do, he would cater to all the celebrities and the sports figures of the day, and that's how he got how he got to be a famous guy as well. Now I was watching Brosis Fitness's video on how to eat on a budget, and they were talking about the Griffith Observatory, and it kind of rang a bell with me. Like, I remember hearing stories about the Griffith Observatory when I was a kid. So I definitely called my dad up this morning, and I said, "Dad, what was the stories that you were telling about with the Griffith Observatory?" And so he told me. So here's his experience back, and he said it was like 65 years ago. My dad's 75 right now, and it was like 65 or 64 years ago when this took place. So my dad grew up pretty much without parents. His mother died when he was 4, and his dad died, I think it was either 6 or 7. So then he was shipped off to his sisters, which is my aunt, in California. She's like 20 years older than him, and he didn't like living there. So he actually ran away from home at her house at the age of 10, and where he camped out at was at the Griffith Observatory, around that area, and then right next to the Griffith Observatory was the Hollywood sign. I'm not sure how far away it was. Maybe it was a couple football fields lengths, or I'm not really sure how far away, but it had to be pretty darn close. And he actually camped out behind one of the letters of the Hollywood sign back in the day. And how he survived, he said, was he would go into people's yards. He would steal their vegetables out of their garden if they had any vegetables, and if they had rabbits or if they had chickens, he would grab them, break their necks, and then he would eat them behind the Hollywood sign. He also was talking about that there was a zoo down the hill from the Griffith Observatory, and he would actually steal the horses at the zoo, and the cops would be chasing him on numerous occasions, but he said, no one could ever catch me because I was too fast. And so, he was almost like a wild boy, almost like in those movies you see. And so I thought that was kind of a neat little story. He also said that when he needed money, because he didn't have money, he would frequent this church right down the hill as well. It was a Catholic church, and in the Catholic church there was a box that said poor box on it. So he would steal money from the poor box. And the last time he did that, a preacher came in and was caught by the preacher. And the preacher said, "Hey, son, what are you doing?" He said, I'm taking this money." And he said, "You can't do that." He goes, "Well, it says poor box, and I'm poor." And the preacher kind of didn't know what to say to that. And he finally said, "You're not Catholic, are you?" And my dad said, "No, I'm not." And the preacher thought about this for a second, and he went, "Take the money and get out of here." Because my dad was right. Even at the age of 10, my dad was a pretty smart, street savvy kid. And so the preacher let him go. So kind of different off topic here, but when I watched their video, it reminded me of, it kind of reminded me of the stories I used to hear from my dad. My dad's got some stories, guys. He's got some stuff that would blow you away in the 50s and in the early 60s, some of the things that he did. And I think what he said to me is, he goes, that's what made me a man, was running away from home at age 10. But he ended up going back to, his sisters like 2 months later because he just couldn't survive. So that's about it, guys. Like I said, you can't always be doing fitness videos and workout videos and flexing videos and food videos. You're going to get a little bit something different on this channel. You'll never know what you're going to get with me. So I hope you enjoy listening to me. I really appreciate you guys watching. And that's about it. So have a great weekend. Be safe. And until next time, thanks.